Hello everyone, this is Vo Vu welcoming you back to NoThan-TV-Asian. Thank you so much for always supporting us. To help you stay updated quickly and accurately with current events, NoThan-TV-Asian consistently compiles and curates breaking, multi-dimensional reports from credible sources. Before we dive into today's main topic, please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and share this video so you don't miss any critical updates. And now, join Vo Vu as we look at today's top story. The right to know and the wall of information control, when cyberspace clashes with censorship. Introduction, the social media wave and the state's alarm. Why would a single live broadcast on social media prompt a wave of warnings and penalty notices from numerous cyber police pages? Why should ordinary citizens, simply by clicking share on an unverified topic, face administrative fines or even the threat of criminal prosecution? The multi-hour live stream by Mrs. Nguyen Phuong Hang, which attracted millions of views and spread rapidly across digital platforms, was not merely a sensational piece of entertainment. In that broadcast, behind-the-scenes controversies involving former senior officials and long-standing questions regarding historic tragedies, such as the 2002 ITC building fire, were brought back to light, triggering fierce public debate. Yet, the cybersecurity apparatus reacted almost immediately, issuing penalties against anyone sharing the content, while social media platforms simultaneously intervened technically to suspend channels and restrict distribution. This incident goes far beyond the credibility of an individual's claims online. It exposes a much broader reality: the stringent control over media, the complete absence of independent journalism, and the severe limitations placed on freedom of expression in Vietnam. The information vacuum and the monopoly of state media. In democratic nations, independent journalism functions as the fourth estate, holding public authorities accountable, exposing wrongdoing, and providing citizens with balanced, diverse perspectives. In Vietnam, however, hundreds of press and broadcasting agencies operate under the direct oversight and guidance of the Central Propaganda Department and state regulatory bodies. No private newspapers or independent critical voices are legally permitted to operate. When state media evades tough questions regarding official accountability or reports exclusively in a predetermined direction to safeguard the regime's image, it inadvertently creates a massive information vacuum. When citizens cannot find transparency or satisfactory answers in mainstream channels, they inevitably turn to social media in search of alternative narratives. The massive viewership drawn to shocking live streams is the clearest reflection of a deep thirst for information and persistent public skepticism toward one-sided official narratives. Barriers to free speech and the chilling effect of self-censorship. Instead of fostering transparency and conducting open investigations to address the public's legitimate concerns, the default response remains censorship, content takedowns, and legal threats. The widespread enforcement of the cybersecurity law and administrative penalty decrees against sharing false information or defamation creates a heavy psychological barrier. When the legal boundary between discussing a social issue and violating the law is arbitrarily interpreted, citizens are left in fear, leading to widespread self-censorship. Freedom of expression, the most fundamental human right, is significantly stifled under administrative pressure. International standards and the gap in reality. Freedom of speech and the right to access information are not privileges granted by the state, but universal human rights recognized globally. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, 1948, Article 19, affirms that everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, 1966, Articles 19 and 25, explicitly guarantees the freedom of expression across borders and the right to participate in public affairs, which Vietnam officially ratified in 1982. The 2013 Constitution of Vietnam, Article 25, explicitly stipulates that citizens have the right to freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and access to information. Yet, between international commitments, constitutional provisions, and daily reality lies a vast divide. Tightening internet flows and penalizing citizens for simply sharing information demonstrates that freedom of information and human rights continue to face severe obstacles. Conclusion and questions for discussion. A genuine democracy is not measured by empty slogans, but by the transparency of its institutions and the people's right to know. Citizens have the right to question, to access multidimensional information, and to demand accountability from those in power. Administrative orders and punitive measures may interrupt a live stream or delete a few posts, but they cannot erase the public's pursuit of truth or millions of people's yearning for freedom of speech. A society can only achieve true stability and sustainable development when the truth is addressed through open dialogue rather than silenced by fear. What are your thoughts on this matter? Can administrative sanctions against social media users truly resolve public skepticism, or does Vietnam need a freer, more transparent press system? Please share your opinions in the comments below. You have just watched today's broadcast on NoThan-TV-Asian. For any feedback, comments, or topic suggestions for upcoming programs, please email us at email nothantv1953@gmail.com. Vo Vu and the production team deeply appreciate your support and will respond as soon as possible. If you found today's report valuable and informative, please support us by hitting like, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this video with your family and friends. Your encouragement is our greatest motivation to continually enhance our content quality. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now, and see you in the next broadcast on NoThan-TV-Asian.